Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm New Tob E, and this is Kato.
What up?
What's going
It's
on?
Kato.
What is going on?
I love our thumbnail.
One person watching, so this is capacity crowd.
I love our thumbnail.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Extra Zero outdid himself
Yeah,
on that one. Oh,
and
there. Speak of the devil.
What's going
and the
on?
devil appears. Jared's here. Larkin's here.
All right.
Three. Sorry, I didn't mean to compliment you. If I'd have known you were here, I would have insulted you or something. Man, this is a fun figure.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the obvious. There's no T in obvious. Obvious. Old school colors, the orange and white rather than the white and orange.
Yeah.
Fun figure though. What's up, man?
What's going on? Nothing much.
Well, welcome to the show about nothing.
Episode 2, Off the Rails.
The only thing consistent.
I named it the Valentines show.
The only thing consistent is the inconsistency. What's up, Alex? Jarrett? Extra Zero. Hey, this thing will let us do background music, won't it? We should play some like soft and gentle.
Oh, yeah. Where is that at?
Let me see what we got. What we got?
Figure.
Here's acoustic cinematic. Oh yeah. That'll be annoying. What else we got? We don't need any of this, do we?
There's one good one in there.
Is there? There's Into Space.
Rolling down the street.
Don't stop it. This ain't. I was wanting to, but I was like, no, this is going on the internet. What's up, everybody in chat? This is Lo-Fi Evening with Inu, Tabi, and Kato.
Playing all the hits all night long.
Just ask Delilah. Do you remember Delilah?
Yeah.
Did you have? Yeah. We were both in the Carolinas. You remember Delilah? Yeah. It's too stressful.
Yeah.
Night driving, baby. I thought I was going to drop a beat right there. I didn't do nothing. Anyway, yeah, so you can do music on here. That's kind of cool. Raziel's here. Yes.
That's the only 4 months. Yes. I have what do you call it? live chat thingamabobs.
The super chats.
Technical term here.
Super chats.
There you go.
Yeah, we got super chats.
Super chat. Super thanks.
Super. So
this is all the good
Off the Rails, the show about nothing.
Yep. No plan.
But I want to talk about something though.
Let's do it.
I want to talk about the Super Bowl. No, I don't. I don't give a crap about.
I watched it. It was a good game. I was pulling for the Eagles though.
I don't give a crap about. There's no part of football that entertains me whatsoever. I just look up the commercials on like the trailers and stuff on YouTube later, and there were some good ones, man. The Indiana Jones trailer was just enough to let you know that it's Harrison Ford doing Indiana Jones stuff.
Yeah.
The weird one with Ben Affleck, I didn't even watch that one. Like some drama or something I didn't care about. Guardians of the Galaxy, they played that trailer again. That looks awesome.
Good.
Yep. Guardians of the Galaxy is probably outside of Spider-Man, it's probably my favorite series of MCU movies.
Yeah. Did you see the Christmas episode?
Yes, that was awesome.
Yeah, I like that. They did a good
job.
That
was real good.
That was really
What else did they play? They did oh my gosh. All right, let's talk about the Transformers one first.
The Porsche commercial?
Yeah, the Porsche commercial. Okay. I wonder how many times, it's never good when the trailer for a movie has to remind you who the character is more than once.
Yeah.
It's like I waited for him to say, "Oh, by the way, I'm Mirage." Hey, I'm Mirage. Remember me? I'm Mirage. And that's like the whole trailer. It's like if you got to announce it more than once. And then they showed the toy today. Good lord. Look like Mirage from the movie been eating Doritos too long. Golly.
It looked
That
bad.
boy's big.
It looked bad. But hey, that's my opinion. Other people loving it. I was
No,
watching
it looked bad. It looked bad.
look,
Anybody who says it looked good is lying.
look, I saw some reaction videos. I'm not gonna say any names, but I'm gonna just say people were like, it's the best thing they ever seen. Come on. Come on.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I don't. If you're out there in YouTube world and you say that the toy to the movie is like the best figure in the world, you're lying. You're a liar, and the truth ain't in you. The I'm just kidding. You know I'm just kidding. You can like whatever you want. You can be wrong as often as you like. They leave Deluxe alone. Yeah, man, that was. I will say, like the most surprising thing about the trailer is I actually didn't mind what's his dirty face's voice as Mirage. It actually sounded all right.
Pete,
Yeah,
whatever name. Yeah, that could do.
Pete needs a bath. Davidson, the dude. I don't know what he's doing, but
Hey, maybe it'll be much better than expected.
It's got to be better than I expected to be. It has no choice but to be better than what I expect it to be. I expect it to be horrible. So anything above horrible is like, all right, that's cool. Yeah. The car mode looks good. You're right, Ron. That's the thing. That's the thing you can tell with the toy, and that's the thing you can tell with them. And actually, I don't really mind his bot mode in there. I really don't. I think it looks. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of was it not DX9? Who did that really good hot rod? Was it Hot Rod? Yeah. The third party hot rod that looked really cool.
Oh yeah, I think DX9 did one.
Was it DX9?
That love,
if not,
Fire or something like that.
Yeah. Something like that. Somebody in the chat will remember. But oh yeah, Lahire. That was his name, right? Lahire. The third party name. But yeah, that it kind of reminded me of that. So I actually didn't mind the way he looked as a character. Yeah, Unique Toys, DX9. And so that was fine. I think that was fine. I think they showed enough without giving anything away, so that's good too. It was obvious that they were like Porsche was probably like you've got to. That's the one thing you got to get right in the toy and in the show. You got to get the Porsche right.
Well, their license is tough. I mean, like.
Well, yeah. I mean, how long did it take them to be able to do a regular Volkswagen?
Yeah.
In the main line, it took forever. So yeah, I mean, it was all right. It's gonna be if I watch it, it ain't gonna be at the movies when it hits streaming. It'll make tons of money. I have no doubt. Like I said, if you're going through a desert and somebody offers you a bottle of piss, you're gonna drink it, and this is gonna be like oh, it's delicious. So people are gonna eat it up.
I'm gonna save some money by not buying any of these figures. So
yes. I will say this though, I saw the Cheetor Studio Series figure, and it looked less horrible than I thought it did at first.
Oh yeah, I saw that today. I think somebody was doing a transformation of it.
Yeah, it
didn't look that bad.
Yeah, it didn't look that bad. And the what's her name? The freaking bird. What's her name?
Oh God.
I see. You can tell that
Lady
I
Fire.
I don't know enough about Beast Wars to.
Anyway, Air Fryer,
Air Razor. God, dog! It's been a day.
Not Air Fryer.
That's a different one. Air Razor looked in the toy form looked all right too. I mean, it was all right. I think she was better than I thought she'd be. But yeah, I mean the movie just the trailers aren't doing it for me. I'll you know I'll either rent it when it goes to streaming or ahoy matey. When I get the opportunity. But the big trailer, the one that got me immediately, and I listen, I know how a lot of people feel about Ezra Miller. I'm I'm going to be a giant hypocrite because that trailer got me. When I saw Michael Keaton show up as Batman in the Flashpoint trailer, I was like, well,
And they played the music.
yeah, I know Extra Zero's over there cringing because uh, I'm admitting that I'm probably going to watch that at the theater. So he's over there like, you know, but I'm probably going to watch that at the theater, even though Ezra Miller is a tool bag. Yeah, Ezra Miller terrorized the Hawaiian Islands. But I'm a big fan of Michael Keaton. So DC is trash. Only threw in Keaton to get y'all a little bit hard. It worked. It worked. That's okay. That's okay. The Bayverse is trash. They only throw the Transformers name on it to get people hard too. It's okay. There's something for everyone out there. um, you don't you don't know who is. You don't know who Michael Keaton is. Yeah, that's bad. Yes, you are. I have loose principles. Just ask the wife. She knows. My principles are iffy at best. So
I will watch it at a later point once I find it available to watch.
Transformers
Yeah,
or
that
Batman.
and the Flash thing.
Flash, yeah. I don't know. I like the Flashpoint story. It's one of the few.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, so I'm down with that. The other guy, Ezra Miller. Oh yeah. If you watched Batman versus Superman, sure that was he played the Flash in a really terrible outfit. This one looks like they paid a little bit more attention to the suit looked a lot better. I think it looked like the Injustice suit a little bit, so I was down for that.
Yeah,
that looked good. But other than that, I didn't give a rat's ass about the Super Bowl.
I
Not at
watched the
all.
whole thing. I usually don't watch the whole thing. And the way games go, it was pretty good.
Did you have a few?
No, I had that the night before.
Yeah, that's right. You did too. If y'all don't know, when Inutabi starts to drink a little bit, we get 3 o'clock in the morning messages on Instagram. That's just how we roll.
Was it that late? Jeez.
No, it probably wasn't that late. I was, yeah, it wasn't that late, but I was up. Weird. Yeah, I hope they do recast him because I never really thought he made a good Barry anyway. I like the kid from the TV show, but the kid he's probably my age now, but I don't think he's a fit for the live action movie stuff. But gonna recast Miller a deep fake pirated version.
Put your face on it, Larkin.
Yeah, I mean, I liked what they announced. I like that Kara's in there, Supergirl, the one who you thought was Superboy.
Dude, I didn't pay that much attention. I was like, oh, that's Superboy. I just kind of glanced at it. I didn't like that.
Yeah. Then
we're doing Superboy or the clone or something.
No,
you said no, it's Kara. Like, oh, okay. Yep. Well, I thought Kara had blonde hair and was like
the really big disappointing thing about this is that that Cavill won't be in it. That's heartbreaking because he got done really wrong in that because they never wrote him appropriately as Superman in that world. So I was not a fan of emo Superman, but I like him, and I think he would have been the perfect Superman for the modern times if they'd have written him worth of crap.
Yeah. After he's done with Warhammer, he's going to end up in Marvel doing something you watch.
That's exactly right. That's one thing I really like about him. He is a massive nerd, just a geek like us, and skinny, nothing guy who just loves board games. That's Henry Cavill. Let's see. Superman 2. You can go watch Superman 2. The Search for Spock. Isn't that one?
Return of Spock.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Yeah, I'm good for that. Yeah, the DC animated movies and that's just those things are top notch. Some of
Yeah.
them are less than others. I'm waiting on Legion of Superheroes to stream. I think you can buy it now, but I'm not paying $20 for it.
Yeah.
I'll rent it when it hits the streaming rental. But yeah, I like pretty much all those.
Yeah, they
I
do a
don't
good job with those.
the Justice League Dark. I think there were two of those. Those are phenomenal.
Yeah, I like the one. What was the one where like Dark Side won and
Apocalypse.
he won? He made Batman a clone, or did something to him, made him a robot, and he turned. He took God, I can't remember the freaking dude's name.
That was the
Doomsday DNA and like made the parademons.
was that like the Apocalypse War or something like that?
Maybe that's it.
I can't remember the name, but that was
That one
good.
was good because they were just killing people left and right, chopping off legs.
Yeah, that was good. War.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. Those are good. Like I said, the Justice League Dark ones. Oh yeah, there was an Ant-Man trailer. I like those too. I will say
Yeah.
I mentioned that about Guardians. I like
that.
Paul Rudd. I like Paul Rudd. Yeah, it was sad about Cavill leaving The Witcher. That's a bummer because the dude loved it. He loved that stuff, man. He genuinely loved it. So I'd love to see. I'd like to see Marvel just scoop him up.
He said he wanted to do Captain Britain.
Do Captain Britain or Hyperion. I'd love for them to do just as like a in the same way that I feel about the comic. So, do you remember in the 2000s Marvel was doing Max books?
Mm-hmm.
Marvel Max, like that's where Alias came from. They did like a Punisher Max series.
Yeah.
It was like the more adult theme.
One of those, I think.
So there was one where they redid Squadron Supreme, and they just called it Supreme Power, and it was basically Marvel flipping the Justice League. Hyperion was basically he was instead of being raised by like Martha and John Kent, he was raised by a phony Martha and John Kent that was run by the government, and they were basically training him to be a weapon.
Yeah.
And then you had like all of the essential DC heroes, but just kind of turned on their head a little bit. I would like to see them do that, and I just think it would be hilarious because the internet would explode for folks that didn't know that book and think, man, Marvel is ripping DC off like crazy right now. but it was a fantastic book. And if you haven't read that, absolutely a great book. Who said Sentry? Yeah, he would be a good Sentry for sure.
Yeah.
Give him long, flowing blonde hair. But yeah, I think like a Hyperion or Sentry level character, I think that would be awesome. I think it would be good to be Hyperion because it would be like a redemption for his crappy Superman that they made him play.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be a middle finger to the bad Superman.
You guys see Red Sun? Yeah.
Not a Max fan. Not Max. Not the Image Comics Max. Although that was a great book too, but Marvel Max, the line. It was like their more adult oriented books, and they were really good. Like I say, it's where Jessica Jones the Alias idea came from, and what other books were in there? Punisher, Squadron Supreme or Supreme Power. What other? I'm sure there were more, and I can't think of, but it was good. Yeah, that was some good reading. If y'all haven't read that, go find that trade paperback and read the Supreme Power series. awesome. The artwork was good too, and I forget who does it. Was it Mark Wade who did the artwork for that? I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna ask Uncle Google.
Uncle Google always knows.
Marvel. Yeah,
Secret
man. That
Wars. Yeah,
that I'm
Secret
gonna have
Wars
to
would be
go.
good.
I mean, look at this cover, dude. That's oh, it's J. Michael Straczynski. Yeah,
Oh,
look at that.
yeah.
Excellent cover. Uh,
Dude, he has done a lot of stuff. He's the guy that did all of Babylon 5.
oh yeah, that he's been a sci-fi nut for a long
Mm-hmm.
time. Yeah, tell me that. Tell me Henry Cavill couldn't be this dude
Oh, yeah.
all day long, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was brutal. Great book. Yeah, absolutely, that could be Henry Cavill, 100%. I'd buy that for $1. Where Bo at? Bo knows. Let's see. Who all's in here? Who do we miss? Lone Dragon showed up.
And we've
Ninja
got
Bill,
Benjamin,
Alex
Alex,
B.
Deluxe.
Oh, the Russian Superman. Yeah, they could do like with the Red Sun. That was a great.
Yeah, that was good.
They did a good job animating that too.
Yeah.
Oh man, the DC animated stuff. What's the best ones?
I liked the one with the British guy. The British team. He fights him on the moon. He makes him think
Oh yeah, that
he
was
snapped.
not Unlimited, was it? It wasn't Superman
Maybe it was.
Untamed, something. That was good. It was
Yeah.
really good. There's the answer I wanted. It's an old school answer, but it's a good one. Red Hood. That was a fantastic one from early in the DC
Mm-hmm.
animated series, and I still like Under the Red Hood. I mean, Mask of the Phantasm. That was good.
Yeah.
Under the Red Hood was good. Um, the Superman and Shazam. That one was good.
Yeah.
Um, Superman, Batman. Those are all early. Man, those are all good. Like I could. That's one thing. Yeah, Return of the Joker. That was another good one too. Those are all the
Yeah,
classic
all
ones.
that Justice League stuff, both seasons was
Yeah, there
good.
was one I didn't like. Oh man, the Justice League series
Yeah.
was some of the best stuff on TV. That
Yeah.
was so good. I know I've said it a million times, but that scene where Superman goes just ape shit on Darkseid
Dark
is
Side.
one of the
Yeah. Yeah.
best moments in the
Always having
entire
to hold
series.
back. Everything's made out of cardboard. Yeah.
Yep. That was so good. You know what was great about that series is they did a really good job of bringing the idea of the comics to the show, in that they would have like a 3 or 4 episode story arc.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they'd have an overarching season, but they'd have a 3 or 4 episode story arc, and then they'd have 1 or 2 episodes that would have just the D list and C list
Yeah.
characters on there,
Bring
and they
in
were
like
all
Booster
really
Gold and all
really
that.
good. Yeah, yeah, like they'd have a Booster Gold episode. Um, is it the Golden Knight? What's his name? Is
Oh,
it
Dr.
Golden
Fate?
Knight? No, the cowboy. Um, I can. I'm not up on DC stuff,
Yeah.
but DC Comics cowboy. It was I think it was the what's his name? The Vigilante. Yeah, so there was the Vigilante. The Golden Knight is the one that looks like Sir Lancelot or
mm,
whatever. I'm sure I'm saying his name wrong, um but yeah, that was a good one. So they did an episode that had him in it, and it was awesome. Yeah, Jonah Hex too, but that's not who I was thinking of. Yeah,
Preston said, "Watch
Vigilante.
out for UFOs and the chemical cloud from the train wreck."
Listen, listen. Something's going on.
I'm always watching out for the UFOs.
Something's going on. We shot one down. Well, we shot four down now.
Yeah.
I think the one was it today or yesterday. That was number 4.
Yeah.
It was crazy, crazy. Whoever those things belong to. Yeah,
Mm.
they might be watching. Y'all watching me? I
My
buy a
name's
lot of stuff
Kato.
from y'all. I buy a lot of stuff from y'all. Y'all better chill out. Yeah, Jonah was good. Um, oh, the movie Jonah Hex. That's a guilty pleasure of mine. I actually like that with oh, what's his name that plays Jonah Hex. That was
I don't
good.
think I ever saw it.
Yeah, I didn't mind it. I mean, it was. That's it's the vast majority of the time I can enjoy a DC movie more than I
Mhm.
can a Marvel movie, uh, because I don't have as much of a connection to it.
Yeah.
So if I don't know the history of it as much, it doesn't feel like anything's changed, so I don't get disappointed, especially on those lesser known characters. But yeah, I like those. I can sit back and enjoy those a good bit. Josh Brolin, yeah,
Okay.
love
Yeah.
Josh Brolin.
I have seen that now. And you said who that was. I've seen
Yep,
that.
he's played he's been all over the comic world.
It's been Cable,
It's
right?
Yeah, Cable, Thanos,
No.
Hex.
Yeah.
Is that it? Just the three? Has he done anything else in the
I feel like
Marvel?
he's
And
done
the
something else.
dude's been around forever.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, I remember the one where Wonder Woman was turned into a pig. Every once in a while, I'll go back and start watching the Justice League stuff again, just
Yeah.
because it's
Yeah.
so good and it still holds up. Like from Justice League and then Justice League Unlimited. Yeah, they're all good.
I
Um,
watched the one recently where the Hulk people captured all the heroes on Earth, and I forget what it
when
was. Which
that
one
was the
was
one
that?
that led into Unlimited, right?
I think.
Yeah, where Hawk Girl kind of got kicked out of the group, and
Yeah.
then
And then she
she
betrayed
wasn't
them, and then they took
wasn't
over the
trusted when she
planet.
came back.
Yeah.
The Thanagarian War.
Yeah.
What was Yeah, that was good. It was like a I think they turned it into like a DVD release movie, but it was like a 2 or 3 episode
Hmm. Yeah.
beginning end of it was like the cross between Justice League and Unlimited.
Yeah.
But man, that was some good television. And we have Bruce Timm to thank for all that, for doing Batman the Animated Series, because man, Batman the Animated Series and then going into Superman the Animated Series was some great afternoon television.
You know,
Uh,
there was a show on Sci-Fi, Krypton.
oh, I loved it. Yeah, that
I
was
don't know
great.
what happened to it. It
It
was
just
great.
stopped.
It
Yeah.
ended with um what's the dude's name? I'm having a bad thing with names tonight. Superman's the robot enemy.
Oh yeah. Jesus.
You know that guy, the robot dude.
Why do we even do this? Why
No,
do
no,
we even do it? We don't
no,
know
no.
anything about anything. Because what they were teasing,
Brainiac.
yeah,
That's it.
they were teasing a bunch of stuff. That was good. I like the Lois and
Yeah, when's that
the
come back?
Superman and Lois. I don't know. I think is this the season where yeah,
I think they're doing
you
Injustice.
know the thing. You know the
Yeah,
thing.
I think they're doing Injustice this year.
Yeah, they're gonna have to do something because didn't the oldest boy back out?
Oh,
The
I don't know.
oldest son in real life, he backed out just for he was going through some personal stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, I think so.
Hmm. See,
I'm
I,
pretty
I like
sure.
I like the last season where they did. I wasn't expecting Parasite. I was thinking they were doing something different, but
Yeah, I'm really enjoying that. I
that
think
was
that's.
really good.
I mean, they've done a good job with it. And when they cast him as Superman, I was like, because the last thing I saw him in was Teen Wolf
Oh yeah,
on
yeah.
MTV, and I was like, I don't know, but God, oh, he does a fantastic job. He does what Christopher Reeve did really well, and that is make Clark super nice
Mm-hmm.
and humble, and then make Superman a Boy Scout, which is what they completely missed on doing with Cavill.
Yeah.
You know, giving him like this, he should have still been the Boy Scout.
Yeah.
It was too dark. Too dark. What do y'all want to talk about in chat, man? We're just running off the mouth about nothing. You
You
know the
know that
guy.
guy, the one with the face. Yep.
Yeah, you know that guy, the
Yeah.
one with the
You know
face.
I'm talking about the guy, the dude.
Listen, I'm terrible about that. Oh, Brandon Ruth was absolutely an underrated Superman. That movie, I really, really liked that movie, and I liked that they were treating it as a Superman, as a Christopher Reeve Superman sequel.
Continuation. Yeah, yeah.
The only thing, the only thing that bugged me about that was the finale. Like it really, really annoyed me in the movie theaters when I watched him pick up basically an island made of kryptonite. And I was like, come on, man. He's got one weakness. Free, like just sheer will is not going to overcome that. Just give
Yeah.
him the one weakness. Give him something. Like this is this, and it's supposed to be in the same Superman story where they wrapped a necklace around Christopher Reeve and he
Yeah,
couldn't
and he
get out of the
falls into the
pool.
thing and can't do
Yeah,
anything. Yeah.
but this guy, but Brandon Ruth could pick up an entire, island made of it. I just like that's just not. That's not good. That was one that I was like, oh come on. But yeah, that was the only thing I didn't like about that. But he was a good Clark and a good Superman.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. So like in the DC movie world, they rushed it. Like the only reason a darker Superman worked for a short time in the comics is because we had like decades of him being a good guy.
Yeah.
You can't like bring him to listen, and don't even get me started on a couple of those scenes. Like when he's sitting there talking to Pa Kent on the back of the truck, and he's like, "What was I supposed to do? Let him die?" And like the best father figure in comic book history, he looks at him and goes, "I don't know, maybe." What? That's just dumb. Oh, and there's a giant tornado coming. I'm gonna go save this dog. And he goes, "No, I'd rather die right here for no reason whatsoever than you go blend into the crowd and run around and come back and save me."
Yeah.
That was so bad. That was so bad.
Mm.
It was horrible. That it was just bad. Like that's how you create evil Superman. that's that's how you create injustice Superman. Not. It wasn't good.
I've got to go back and watch Lois and Superman or Superman Lois, whatever it is, because in the first season they showed like black suit Superman from the other world, right? He was like evil, killing everybody.
Oh yeah, yeah. The one that sent Steel over because he
So
killed
he's
his
still
wife.
there, right? It nothing happened to him.
Right. Yeah, he's still over there.
I feel like they'll go back to that at some
Oh,
point.
I think so. Didn't the trailer kind of tease at that?
Did it? I have to watch it again.
Because think about that. That's going to be the um. Yeah, Raziel, that's fine. That could have been the intention, but it's too fast. Too fast. We didn't. We never got to see him be like completely good. It was just bad. It was bad. I wanted to like it, but it was just like, God, dog, this is like the saddest Superman I've ever seen. Uh, Lois and Clark, absolutely a great series. Love Dean Cain, big fan.
Big fan of Smallville.
Oh, Smallville, man, I could not miss
I
Smallville.
wouldn't miss. What was it? Thursday night,
Yeah, it was
like at 8.
it was Thursdays because I think it was it Smallville and Buffy that came on the same night.
Yeah, I think so.
I
And
think
then when Buffy
Smallville,
went off, it was like whatever. What was the other show?
Angel.
I think so.
I think yeah, I can't remember, but man, Buffy and Smallville, man, those shows at the time Could not wait. I mean, it jumped the shark later on, like most of them do, but I think they still did the show good. Um, the like the best to me, the best on-screen version of Pa Kent. You got to give it to John Snyder. Huge John Snyder fan.
Yeah.
Big John Snyder fan. Um, Michael Rosenbaum was a fantastic Lex. I liked their story. Like there was so much of that first season that just made you really get into why like Lex and Clark were friends, but you knew they weren't always going to be. Man,
Have you watched his podcast?
Michael Rosenbaum?
Yeah.
Huh.
He's got a show on YouTube. He goes back and he talks to everybody from the show and talks about what's going on. He even talks about the girl, that joined the cult and how nice a
What was her
person she
name?
was.
Allison
Yeah. Mac.
Yeah. Yeah. That was good. It was weird. That's a weird story. Like that whole thing was weird.
It's Hollywood weird.
Yep. He was a fantastic voice of the Flash.
Yep.
One of my favorite moments of Justice League Unlimited is, do you guys remember? It's one of my favorite clips of all time, and it just kind of puts an exclamation point on why the Justice League Unlimited is one of the best shows that ever came out. When Flash and Lex trade brains,
Mhm.
and Lex is in the Flash's body, and he knows he's about to lose, and he goes into the bathroom and he goes, well, since I'm here, I may as well find out who this is. And he takes his mask off and he's like, I have no idea who you are. Like he has no idea who Barry Allen is. I have no idea who this is. Yeah, that was a fantastic episode. Great scene where Lex rips his thing. He goes, well, while I'm here, I may as well find this out. And he flips the thing up.
No clue.
I have no idea who this is. Yeah, that's excellent. So good. John Glover as Lionel.
Yep.
Yep. Excellent.
Yeah.
I might have to go watch that Michael Rosenbaum. He's a funny dude, Michael Rosenbaum.
Yeah.
He's real funny. I wish he did more stuff. He did that one movie where he dressed as a girl and went to college. What was that? Remember that?
Nope.
Like he was trying to get into college, and him and a buddy kind of they dressed as women to get in there. You don't remember that? That was funny.
White Chicks?
What was that? No, not that. That movie, White Chicks. Good Lord. Yeah, I never saw it. I've never seen that movie.
Really?
This is how my brain works, and this is why I smoked. I must have smoked too much weed growing up. I'm sitting here trying to look up Michael Rosenbaum movies. You say White Chicks, and I'm typing into Google white. Stupid. Michael Rosenbaum. Dress as woman. I don't think I should Google this. Oh, sorority boys. Look at this. This is Michael Rosenbaum, everyone. Looking like a Poison cover. Funny movie. Like it was.
I wouldn't if you showed it. I wouldn't have known that was him.
Look at this. Look at this. That's just look at that cast. Who's sending me a message? Someone. Yeah. So, yeah, that was a good movie. Yeah, it was like bosom buddies.
I used to like that show as a kid.
Yeah, seeing him with a full head of hair it's upsetting. He needs to stay bald. Yep, that was a great line. Flash, aren't you going? Because now Flash was in with the villains, and he's like, Flash, aren't you going to wash your hands? No, because I'm evil. So good. Everything about that was so good. Now I'm going to go watch. When we're done here, I'm going to watch Justice League Unlimited again. So good.
Hey,
Deluxe, when are you going to
watching old Star Trek episodes the other night?
Generation or
Next
original?
Generation? Yeah, because Picard season 3 is coming up. So
Man, when I started that from the beginning again, Next Generation, and boy, you can tell that they had no expectation of making it past the first half of like first
No, yeah,
season.
yeah. That first season is really bad. Like it's really not good.
Yeah.
But
I
then
mean,
like
great
season
stories.
two
Like,
is like up
yeah,
there.
I mean, Mission to Farpoint, great starting point, great
Yeah, yeah.
storyline, good. I mean, fantastic writing, but it looks like you and me made it in the basement. It's horribly made, but golly. But yeah, by the time season two rolls around, they knew they had a hit. But
Yeah.
Next Generation is my favorite Star Trek. Um, I was not that big of a fan of the original series.
Yeah.
Like I'm a big fan of the lore,
Yeah.
but not a fan of the series.
I like the original. Deep Space Nine is my
Mhm.
favorite. But then
That
it's
was
probably
good.
Next
Yeah,
Generation. Voyager. I
Voyager
went back
was
and watched
good.
Voyager recently. Voyager is actually not that bad.
Oh, I loved it. I loved
And
all those.
the first few seasons of that, when they're fighting the Kazon and all that, that is actually a lot better than I remember it being.
Yeah, there was a lot of they added a lot of good lore in. Oh yeah, Ed Asner is Granny Goodness, genius. Um, yeah, so yeah, I was a big Next Generation, Voyager, Deep Space Nine. Loved all those, that whole series. Um, Loved Worf. Thought he was a great character.
Yeah.
Um, all the people's names I can remember, I love Rene Auberjonois, the guy who played. Oh, what was he? He the shapeshifter. What was his
Yeah.
name?
Odo.
Odo. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Loved him.
You remember he was
Absolutely
on
loved him.
Benson.
Oh yeah, that's where I first remember him
Yeah.
from. Was Benson, and I remember then watching him on Star Trek, and then he
Yeah.
would do a lot of he did a lot of voice acting too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, it was loved that whole generation of Star Trek. I think that I tried to watch Enterprise, but I missed a lot of it because I was working at the time, and
Yeah.
um,
Ooh, it's they really just like stretched it out with like this whole temporal Cold War thing and the Zindi and all that stuff. It really just went way too far. I mean, it
yeah,
wasn't bad
I
or
missed
anything,
almost
but
all that. Discovery, I thought Discovery had a lot of potential. It looked amazing. Like the
yeah.
effects on that show were great. Um,
Now my show is
oh
Strange
man,
New Worlds.
Strange New Worlds
Oh,
is it that is
fantastic.
prime Star Trek stuff right there. Um, yeah, that's I
Mm.
can't wait. Is that coming back? It's got to be
Yeah, yeah.
coming back.
Season two is when is it coming? It's this year. I don't know when it is, but maybe later in the year.
Yeah, Strange New Worlds is way better than Discovery. I completely agree. Um, yeah, that was good. Did you watch the cartoon? Was it Lower Decks or something like that?
No, I've never watched that. I heard that's okay.
I hear it's
Oh no,
like
I have seen a
canon.
little bit of it. Yeah, yeah, I've seen a little bit of it. Not the other one. What is it? Prodigy. I've never watched that one.
Oh, Prodigy was good. I think you'd like that.
Hmm.
I mean, it's definitely like, hey, let's do Star Wars Rebels, but with Star Trek.
Hmm.
But it's actually really good. I think you'd like it. Like they use Janeway
Hmm.
as she's like the hollow captain, like she's there in as a hologram,
Hmm.
so you get to see Captain Janeway again.
Okay.
Um, yeah, Strange New World. I think Anson Mount is fantastic. Did you ever watch Hell on Wheels?
Yeah. Yep. Oh, A&E.
Forgot. Oh yeah,
Oh,
awesome
AMC.
series.
Yeah, AMC.
Yeah, awesome series.
That last. Did you see the last episode, Strange New World?
I sure I saw all of them.
The Romulans and
Oh yeah.
time travel. That may be one of the best Star Trek episodes in the last 10,
Yeah,
15, 20 years.
I need to watch that again. I'll definitely watch it again before the next season comes out. But yeah, I saw it. I saw the whole series. That was some good television. Picard, that was hard to watch. It was like,
Yeah.
golly.
Yeah,
That was
like I watched season one, and I'm about halfway through season two, just going back and watching. I never watched it originally, and ugh, yeah, I don't know.
tough. I like the
Season two
concept.
seems a little bit better than season one.
I like the concept, but the delivery was tough. They will announce another Titan at the end of the month, either going to be Sentinel, recolor of Omega, or the Nemesis.
Or both.
Yeah, they could do both. If it's a recolor, like a Guardian, I don't think I'll get it. If they do something with the Nemesis,
Yeah, I'm getting the Nemesis.
yeah, I would get that.
I think I'll pass on the Guardian. I
I
don't have
would
enough
get that.
room for that thing.
I know this isn't Animal Warriors of the podcast, but I think we should at least talk about the fact that the freaking stuff is here.
Yep, let's talk about it.
I mean, we could rehash it with folks on if we do maybe we'll do a special uh, Animal Warriors this week to talk about that. But
Go.
man, so excited for that line
Coming soon in the country,
in the
right?
country, in the
We can
warehouse.
say that, right? What can I say? I don't know what I can say.
No, yeah, we can say that.
Okay, right.
Everything I put out on that video is fair game.
Okay.
I guess for anybody watching here, Animal Warriors of the Kingdom, the stuff is in the country. It's in the warehouse. Jason's got them. What was it? What all did he tell me to say? He said to, um, so they're in the warehouse. He's getting stuff ready. There's still importing stuff over from Backer Kit stuff into the Shopify, like merging all that stuff. Once that gets done, labels are coming out. They're sending them. If you, what else was it? If you ordered from Kickstarter or the Backer Kit, you see an invoice. If it's something highlighted in orange, we'll go over this again in a couple days. But
take it easy,
then
Benjamin.
it's see you, Benjamin. Basically, it's coming. They're all here. They're coming. Man, I'm so excited for that line. That and I back Savage Crucible, at least some of it. These guys, let's look at them. Let's look at Savage Crucible.
Okay.
If
we don't have a plan.
You got no plan.
Okay.
Do they have any of the figures? No, they don't. There was a guy that was showing. Let's go back. Here, we can do this. I hate how the desktop shows images. I wish it showed them like the mobile.
Oh, yeah.
I can't find anything good. We didn't plan for this, but that's the whole point, right?
Yeah.
But the whole barbarian science fiction or the fantasy thing, I'm not all in on that. Like it doesn't entice me. Like I think my love for Planet of the Apes is what drives a lot of the Animal Warriors of the Kingdom stuff. I love that. I think AWOC would make a phenomenal movie or an animated series. Like I don't know if you guys are watching The Legend of Vox Machina on Amazon Prime. That's one of the best animated series out right now. It's phenomenal. But that animation team getting a hold of Animal Warriors of the Kingdom would be awesome. Are you watching that? Vox Machina?
No, I watched what was it? Was it Primal?
Oh, Primal's good on HBO.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of that.
Do you have Amazon Prime Video?
Yeah.
Oh man, you got 2 seasons. Is it 2 or 3 seasons to watch of it? Go make sure the kids aren't around because it's definitely aimed at folks like us. But it's basically Dungeons and Dragons. Well, it started with this little group of friends that played Dungeons and Dragons, and they I'll probably get some of this wrong, but they ended up making their their own campaign and called it Vox Machina, their own D&D campaign. And long story short, they made an animated series from their gameplay. Like the stories they created in the D&D world, they are basically making an animated series of, and
No.
it's fantastic, over the top, hilarious, great action, cool animation, great show. I just finished the last episode of the new season.
Hmm. Let's see.
Yeah,
Lone.
Primal needs to come back. I hope they do that.
Do you have a class? No, I don't have any of the classics. I just got Origins and Masterverse. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool
That
figure.
was cool. That was a. Now I'm not much on the Shira stuff. Is she related to Orko's race in any way?
Don't come up here with me trying to answer. She's a thing from that thing with the stuff, you know.
Oh yeah, she's that one thing with the stuff. Like I
No,
don't know her
I don't know,
background.
because Orko's a Trolloc or something, and her name was Beatrice or Beatrix or something like that. Different people, different planet.
But you could see the confusion, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
mean, she,
yeah. I
yeah.
originally thought that too.
I wonder if that was like an idea that they had until they came up with the whole Trala thing.
Probably. Now I got this book today.
Oh yeah, look at that.
This thing weighs about 10 pounds, but it's fantastic. If you haven't picked up this book, get it. By if you like Motu. So it shows you all the different stuff, all the figures throughout the years. There's
You should read it to us.
Okay. King Hiss, a dreadful disguised leader of the snake men.
Next.
So there's Orko. Look at that dude.
Orko.
But
Do
it's
we know
written by Pixel Dan and another guy. So, and I mean, it's just tons of detail. Like one of the one of the vehicles, the Bashosaurus, had another name. They, it's a vehicle with like a big boulder that bashes stuff. It was going to be called the Ball Buster.
Oh,
but they had to change the name. So.
Come on, man! They should have kept that.
That would have sold a fortune.
Deluxe, I liked that one a lot. I liked it. I didn't love it, but I liked it.
I really like that
ending. Yeah, that was good. Then when they remade it with the more current series, I loved it. Absolutely loved what they're doing. I know Marvel's doing a comic series that's supposed to fill in some of the blanks of the years in between the movies.
Oh, really?
I'm tempted to, maybe I'll wait until it comes out on trade paperback, but like we've talked about this before. I loved the whole concept of Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Part of that is because like the original Heston Planet of the Apes used to come on a lot on Sundays when I would be over at like my grandma's house or something. Yeah. And, all the kids would have to go off into a room and leave the adults alone. And we would end up watching we would end up watching the same stuff. It'd be like, it was either Planet of the Apes or like The Incredible Mr. Limpet or some random, old movie or something. But I loved Planet of the Apes. Yeah. And yep. Couldn't agree more, Zeta. Love that. Absolutely love that series. That's another one. I have to watch it when she's not around because she can't handle animals, even CGI monkeys getting hurt. But yeah, I love that series. So good. Man. Yeah. Like the evolution of those, literally the evolution of those characters. It's just so good. Like we've not seen it from that side that early on before. Man, there's a lot of good stuff out there.
Yeah, it is.
Do you think the theaters are dead? You think that they're dying?
I think there'll always be a place for it. I think it's nowhere where it used to be. And I have no data, no information to back up this claim.
Yeah, just a gut feeling, right? Well, you saw where
people can watch stuff at home. They didn't want to go out. Now, I think maybe it's a special event. You go to a theater, but I don't think it's people going every Friday watching movies.
You saw where AMC is starting like this different charge per where you sit in the theater, right?
Yeah, I saw that.
That is the wrong way to go.
Yeah, that's the opposite way you need to be going.
Yeah, that's the wrong way to go, man. That's the wrong way. It's like
See, and
nobody's coming, and
there's a
you want
movie theater that near us that it's got like big recliner you sit in,
to.
you lay back, it's powered, you got a cup holder, all this stuff. I can't sit in a movie theater with the fold up seats anymore.
Oh yeah, you get spoiled.
Yeah, I'm done. I'll never do that again after
It's
going.
like the first time you find a theater with leg room. That's like the next step. Like, oh, I got leg room, and then the next step is you find those recliners, and you're like, oh shit.
I can get a beer and
Yeah,
watch a
get a beer.
movie.
You can order. Now, I will say this: it does get a little annoying when you're trying to watch a movie and somebody's bringing like a hamburger up the aisle.
Yeah, I'll have a filet mignon
Yeah, that gets a little
draft.
annoying, but it's a cool little feature. Um, yeah, I like. I've only been to a couple of those theaters like that where you can order food. You push the button and they come up to you and
Yeah,
order
they
food.
bring out your fajitas sizzling while the movie's
Yeah,
going on.
yeah. That ain't good. Like, could you imagine? Like, there are movies where that just wouldn't go well, right? Could you imagine
All of
like
them, all of them.
Schindler's List? Like you're sitting there trying to watch Schindler's List, and somebody's
Yeah,
ordering like a steak and fajita
yeah.
and a cheeseburger. Like, come on, man. Or Passion of the Christ. Like you're sitting there trying to watch Passion of the Christ, and somebody rolls in with a double cheeseburger, and he's like,
One of those horror movies.
like one of the most realistic crucifixion scenes you can ever
Yeah,
see in a theater, and you're just like chomping on the cheeseburger.
yeah.
Yeah, horror movie. You're watching like a gory horror movie, and you're just like,
Got
yeah,
your spaghetti on a fork.
yeah. Hey, Curtis Schultz in the house. Good dude. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I just think AMC went the whole wrong direction with the like, hey, nobody's coming, so we need to charge as much as possible for the people who are.
Yeah.
That's
You need to
that's a
make
tough
the
sell.
experience better.
Yeah, it's right. It's a very, I'm not anti corporation or anything, but it's a very stereotypical corporate mindset.
Yeah,
We have fewer customers, so we need to charge more,
yeah,
and that's dangerous.
yeah. That
Because
doesn't work.
I mean, they were going down for a while anyway. Because
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
it used to be, you'd go to the movie for $5 to $8, and you'd watch pretty much anything in the theater, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then it got to the point where it was like 15-20 bucks a ticket, and you're like, well, I'm only going to watch blockbusters, like big
Yeah,
budget blockbuster movies.
yeah,
Then of course the pandemic hit, and now it's like I'm only going to watch big budget, like really big budget blockbusters that I must see, and anything else I'll wait for
yeah.
Disney Plus or HBO Max or something like that.
Yeah. I couldn't tell you last movie I watched in theater.
Mine was Spider-Man, the last Spider-Man movie. That was well worth it.
I think mine was Bumblebee.
Yeah, and I think before Spider-Man, it was probably Bumblebee. Yeah. Um, yeah, I'll go watch Ant-Man in the theater. I'll go watch most of the MCU stuff in the theater. Guardians. Um, Now we will sometimes go see the uh, the Turner Classic Movies when they do like
Mm.
the
Yeah,
Sunday matinee type, when they bring back like Wizard of Oz,
yeah.
or some of the. She absolutely loves old classic movies, and for anyone who's watching this later, when I say old classic movies, I'm talking like 40s, 50s.
Casablanca.
Yeah, not like 80s.
Gone with the Wind.
Although some of those movies show up and we would go see those too. What's the next one you're looking to? What's the next one that's going to get you into the theater?
Don't know. Nothing.
Ant-Man.
Nothing I've seen. Nothing I've seen. Unless they do a Star Wars.
Man,
No,
I
did Rise. What was did Rise of Skywalker come after Bumblebee? I think so.
Yeah, I think
I saw
so.
that. That
I
was,
still haven't seen the last one. The last, whatever the last Star Wars one was.
we ain't missing nothing. Ooh,
Yeah, I didn't. That's another one that's like,
there.
and these may be actually worse than the prequel trilogy.
I,
Bad
I
stuff.
I enjoyed the prequels now that I didn't enjoy when I was younger. Now I look back at them, and
I think that's
even
the way a
Phantom
lot of stuff
Menace to
is.
me is much better than what I remember.
That's another trilogy where I think the lore is probably better than the movie experience. Like the stuff they pull from it
Mm,
to continue the story is maybe better than
yeah,
the, because I mean they pull from all that for all the successful cartoon series stuff, Rebels and Clone Wars and all that. It's all pulled from there, so the lore is great. It's
and
just I
I've
think some
seen
of the,
every Star Wars movie on release, even the first one. My parents took
mm,
me as a little kid.
yeah, that's crazy. You man, what would you
I
have
was
been like
like,
a year old,
no, I was like
2 years old?
3.
What year were you
Yeah,
born? So,
74,
yeah, you would have been about 3 years old.
3. Then seen went to Empire Strikes Back with my dad, Return of the Jedi, and then every other one. He and my dad did not like Rogue One. He's like, well, I already kind of seen this because you know where it
Oh
goes.
yeah,
So he didn't
yeah.
really
I
enjoy it, even
thought
though
Rogue One was
Rogue
great.
One to me is like number 4 of all the movies.
Yeah, that was good. They did a good job of like it took them a long time to do it, but they were pretty sly about answering some of the questions, like you know why was it that easy to take down the Death Star? Pew! All right, movie over.
Hey, I put it in there. There you go. Don't worry about it. Don't nobody
Job
check these
done.
plans. Don't worry about it. We don't, we don't have no engineers. Just trust me. This is good.
We're all good here. Oh man, we just hit the hour mark. That means it's supper time.
Hey, let's talk about them Transformers.
Transformers.
You got
What
any
you want to talk?
Transformers?
I didn't get any in.
It's been
Oh
a
well, I got.
been slow,
Oh
man.
man, I did get. Where's he at? This thing is freaking awesome. Because I dropped the gun. This is awesome. This is one of the most surprising figures I've ever picked up.
Wow.
I expected it to feel as cheap and flimsy as this.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't. It feels like third party masterpiece.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
It looks. Oh, I mean, it's heavy, solid figure. This one's fun. It was. I love it when I get surprised. Like I get something on a whim, and you're like, "Dang, that was way better than I thought it was going to be." I hope they do RC and Brawn in the same way.
Yeah, RC was
Because
cool.
yeah, give me a little Bumblebee Brawn, but
Oh,
yeah,
he's
this
got
guy
T-Pie.
is for transformation.
Mm.
But
Okay.
yeah, this thing is. I mean, the gun has got. I don't have any batteries in it, but it's got a light in it.
Mm.
Die cast on the feet. Solid. Look at all that paint.
Yeah, that's what I don't get. Hasbro could do this. You know, they could make this,
Well, yeah, I mean, they essentially did. But
they could make it like on this level.
yeah. But like, look at this, man. Like the back of I don't have him in robot mode, but this is all hollow in the Hasbro one. Look at that. Got a spring loaded little
Mm.
bit right there to close that up.
Yeah.
I think it's slick. No holes in the arms. Fun to transform. But what you know what it shows? It shows that the engineering that Hasbro does is solid. Because this is pretty much the same engineering other than a couple of extra bits.
Hmm.
So the engineering is solid. But like they just kind of cheap out on what could be awesome. Fantastic figure. And I don't do hardly any masterpiece stuff anymore, but I got the Ratchet version of that coming too.
Oh, okay.
So they've done Ratchet and Ironhide. I hope they do RC and Brawn.
I'm waiting on Double Dealer. Whenever that finally.
The MMC one?
No, the fan zombie.
Oh yeah,
It
he
still
got that.
hasn't hit TCP. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's I think you know who I think has it. I think TF Safari has it.
Hmm. Well, I
Right
already
there.
paid for it.
Oh yeah, different story then. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I didn't. What you got coming? What's next for you?
I got a big lot of Motu Origins figures that I paid a ridiculously cheap price for, and they completed all the ones from I had as a kid. So Trapjaw, Merman, Beastman, what else? The original Skeletor, the original Evelyn, some other stuff. I mean, like that Trapjaw, those 30, $40. I paid less than 100 for all of it.
Holy crap!
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's awesome. That's a heck of a deal.
And let's see, I've been looking into some 80s stuff, which I don't know if I want to go down that rabbit hole.
Oh
So,
no, like originals.
yeah.
And well, you dove like head first in the Master of the Universe all of a sudden.
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, it's cool. I think it's just it's big nostalgia for me. Like the castle, I got because I still got pictures of me as a little kid playing with that castle and opening it up at Christmas, and like having Skeletor sit in the throne and the trap door and all that. I don't know. It's just something about it just hits the right
Come
points.
on, come on now, Lone Dragon. Hasbro is not tanking. We all know they got their issues with some toys, and they don't always make the best stuff. But God, they are not tanking. That's a bit of a stretch. Yeah, I've heard that too from some folks. I know there was that one stream that they did on 3POA podcast where they had that guy on. Um, I don't know. Doesn't really bother me. I think I think Hasbro's doing fine. Um, I know they laid some people off, but Jesus, so did what 61% of every corporation in the world in the last few months is planning on laying off thousands of people.
Yeah.
Hasbro ain't going nowhere. They're. I mean, listen, I'll tell you, some of their product is not the best. I'll be the first one to tell you, but they're not going anywhere. Not anytime soon.
No.
They've made it through worse. Yeah, I mean everybody's laying off. Was it Zoom is laying off thousands of people? Every corporation right now is laying people off. They're dealing with the ramifications of 2 years of being shut down and not being able to do anything. It's just now. It's like that clock when they set that clock at back at the beginning of the pandemic when they started forcing people to close and stay home. I mean, that's not going to hit a company for like 2 or 3 years. That
Yeah.
kind of thing, because they're 2 or 3 years out every or more all the time. But closing, like forcing everybody to stay closed for 2 years, I mean
Yeah.
that had to catch up at some point, and like everyone is, it's all catching up to them. And I'm not saying that they haven't made really bad business decisions too. Some of their stuff is stupid. I don't like some of their decisions as far as like packaging and boxes and plastic quality and gaps and all that either. But they ain't going anywhere. It's easy for us to feel that way because we collect two things that they sell: GI Joe and Transformers. The fact is, GI Joe and Transformers could disappear off the face of the earth, and Hasbro would still be making money hand over fist.
Yeah. Because they don't sell to us; they sell to all the kids' toys and all the other stuff.
Yeah, and I know there's this big thing out right now saying that a lot of collectors are driving the toy market, but I think that's probably a little bit of a stretch. I definitely think we are of more value than we've ever been as collectors to these companies. But I mean, I'll worry about Hasbro when they lose Magic the Gathering. That's their biggest ticket item, I believe, as far as the toys go. Magic the Gathering is still one of their selling uh, largest selling items. That's where their money is, and they've got so many IPs. Uh, it's MTG that's hurting them. What is MTG?
Magic the Gathering, I think.
Oh yeah, if they start losing that, that's going to be a problem because that's their one of their biggest tickets. Um, but
Still got a bunch they haven't even activated. Time to
yeah,
fire up the tools and let's get Mask launched.
yep. And you got, I mean, they got Nerf and Play-Doh and board, all these different games. Like they're fine. They're doing fine. Yes, layoffs absolutely suck. It absolutely sucks when people that are good at their job get laid off. I've been laid off before, and I'm not even saying I was good at it, but it's a horrible thing. But it's not new. it's not it's not new. Eh, it's for the foreseeable future. Hasbro's all right. I think it's easy for us to take our complaints. Um, yep, there you go. Exactly. Google just laid off people. Google is done. It's going under. The end is near. The end is near. Here's the problem with saying Hasbro is gone or Hasbro is going under, like a lot of folks like to do. Um, if you say it long enough, you're going to be right, probably. Like if you say it for 20 years, it's like I told you 20 years ago Hasbro was going under. It's like, it doesn't make you a prophet, man. It just makes you consistent. That's just me.
We're lucky.
Or lucky. And here's some bigger news. If Hasbro does go under, how much does it affect me other than I can't buy the toy that I like? Like, why do we really? I mean, I know it's very selfish, but why would we care? It's none of, it might actually save me some money.
Oh,
Or it could just be to get views. F Hasbro. I think some people do fall into that category.
even if they did, they'd sell off the licenses. Somebody else would buy it and turn around
Yeah,
and start making.
they do what Sega did.
Yeah, I just want
Um,
Mask. Let's do Mask. Come on.
how many people do you think really want Mask? Like, do you think
Millions.
enough? You think enough?
Millions.
You think enough people want Mask that they'll rehash
20.
that?
At least 30, maybe.
The thing about Mask, though, I feel like it would be one of the cheapest things for them to bring back because if they still have the molds and stuff for that, they could release them as is. They don't have to redo anything.
Do the packaging.
I
I
mean,
would
they'll
change
make
the figures. I would change the figures and make them articulated in joints,
do
like the
what
knees
Ramen
and
Toys
stuff.
is doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, do what Ramen
Yeah.
Toys is doing. Well,
Yeah.
they had knees, right? You could bend the knees on the old figures. Yeah, because they sit down.
The
You
knees
could
would
do
be in, the
that.
elbows wouldn't.
The elbows would not bend. They had
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
regular elbows, but
But that's an easy fix. I mean, you can do that. Maybe make
like
some more modern cars and do it.
They would cheap out on the plastic. They wouldn't be anywhere near as much like uh, metal axles and stuff like that. That
Oh,
would
no.
they would redo all that. There would be no firing projectiles, no springs to fire anything off. But I mean, for the most part, they could just do a little tweak to that kind of stuff, to the safety standard stuff that they have now,
Mm-hmm.
and just reprint. It's like print new money, but without a some sort of media to drive it, whether it's comics, and comics are pretty much now. You talk about something that's going dead. Comics are dying. They've been on life support for years. Without some sort of media, which I'd be fine if they redid a modern Mask cartoon. Yeah, I would love to see Mask come back. I just don't know if millions of people want to see Mask come back. or hundreds of thousands of people want to see it come back.
10, 20 at least.
Yeah, mask in like classified Joe scale or 3 3/4.
No, you can't do
Oh,
mask
it
is
wouldn't be vehicle. One, you can't do mask without vehicles.
right.
So, I mean, you could do like random, like they did before, like anniversary edition, like random characters, but like an entire line in 6 inch, I don't think would work.
Yeah, you got to do 3/4 or smaller. I think
Yeah,
mask are what 3 inch, 2 inch.
I think
They're small.
3 inch. I'm looking at some of them right now. But I think that works, man. It's one of the only lines that I remember collecting where I didn't mind having that scale. And it's because it was more about the vehicles than it was the figures.
Yep.
I watched some of that on Tubi the other day, and it's still a fun cartoon.
Yeah, I did too. I watched it recently. I think that's what caused me to start looking it up on eBay.
Just reissue them just like that. Give us like some special edition packaging, like they did the Transformers anniversary stuff. Absolutely agree. I still have my like anniversary edition Jazz, G1 Jazz, or yeah, because I never had him as a kid. I remember walking into a Toys R Us in the probably was it early 2000s, picking up that Jazz. That was good. Yeah, that's one thing that we would have to worry about. Licensing with mask.
Yeah.
But they could get around that. They could probably get around that.
You can make a Ferrari Lamborghini.
Do a couple tweaks and you wouldn't have a Jeep anymore.
Yeah.
But you're right. I mean, all those old molds are pretty much spot on Jeep. And
I didn't realize how many vehicles it was. As I was starting to go down the rabbit hole, I was like, I didn't remember a big camper, and there was a big oil truck, and then
I don't remember
a few of the
most
vehicles I had.
Like the ones I remember are probably the ones that most people remember right off the top of their head.
Rhino, Condor, Jackhammer. That's what I had.
Yeah. But there were a ton. It was a busy line. Galaxy Squadron scale. Yeah, you can do the Ferrari. Man, I got to get some supper. It's late. 9 o'clock. I haven't eaten yet. Get me out of here.
Well, I want to thank everybody for coming. Super chats and super thanks are always open. If you ever donate to the channel, help the channel, pay for some of this stuff, because I ain't getting rich on YouTube, brother. Thanks for Kato showing up. Thanks for everybody popping in.
Be on the lookout for another episode of Animal Warriors of the podcast, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did get something in. I got these in.
Oh yeah. Show those real quick, and then we'll.
Let's see.
And where did you get them, Kato?
TFSafari.com, channel sponsor. Ooh, bow. Ooh, you like blast effects? I like blast effects.
Like light up, flashing blast effects.
Look at that throbbing action.
They're not flimsy.
Oh no, they're sturdy. Oh, look at Deluxe with the super
look
chat.
at you, Deluxe.
Yeah.
You're still the nicest person I know. I don't care what Kato says about you.
Deluxe knows I love him. We made out.
I don't even have that video, though.
What happens at TFCon stays at TFCon. I let Deluxe grope my berries.
Wow.
He was good at it too. Thank you.
Yep.
Oh, that showed up in both spots.
That is the first super chat since October. Which is terrible, but
if I type here, does it type as though it's you?
It might, because sometimes when I do it on yours, it does that. Check it out. See. Yep. There you go.
Thought so.
Yeah. Isn't that great? Well, thank you, Deluxe. Yep. I do appreciate it. I'll owe you $5.
Oh, you sign us out, man. Well, I don't know what you're typing, but I think you should probably stop. Uh,
Huh?
I think you got to stop typing stuff, man. It's rude.
I did not type that. That's Kato. My hands up here in the air.
It's terrible, man. How dare you do that to the fandom?
How am I typing?
Have you got voice to text or like?
Nope. I don't have technology here.
That's a horrible thing to say. Listen, that's over the line. Over the line.
Go bots are cool though. They are. No doubt. Well, thank you everybody for watching this stream. I really do appreciate it. We'll do this every week on different rotating channels. So next week will be episode 3 live from Kato's house. I won't be there, but Kato will be. So everybody can watch it. It'll be great. It'll be fantastic.
You got to come back by, man. Springtime's rolling around.
Yeah, that's true.
It might be the only way you get your Masterverse that I'm supposed to mail you is if you actually come get it, because I haven't done it.
Show up. Can I get that? Throw it in a box.
But hey, I actually have another reason to mail you stuff soon. So
yeah,
I'll just put it all together.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you, everybody. We do appreciate it. Stay tuned for more. Inu Tabi out.